Hello, everybody. Happy Monday, and welcome back to another episode of Pucks and Power Plays podcast brought to you by Boston Sports Entertainment Network. You can follow BSEN on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at BSEN_617. You can also find them on TikTok at _BSEN_617. Just a little spare underscore in the beginning of there. You can find the podcast on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Pucks and PPs Pod. My name is Emily. You can find me at HyperEmi, and this is...
I'm Liz. You can find me at Liz__Fraser.
We do have a Discord if you want to chat anything from hockey and the podcast to trading cards, which 25-26 packs just came or were announced, maybe came out. I'm not sure. I live in Florida. We don't get anything down here. But 25-26 packs are coming out. So feel free to join the Discord to talk about all things trading cards. We also have a book club this month. We are reading Shoot Your Shot by Lexi LaFleur Brown, and we chat about that in the Discord as well. So if you want to just chat all things hockey or trading cards or hockey romance books or books in general, shoot us a message. We will get you the link to the Discord. It is also in our Instagram bio. And we have merch and fun things. So Pucks and Power Plays podcast shirts and sweatshirts, and Bruins shirts and sweatshirts, and Patriots and Celtics and Red Sox, blah, 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 things and things, at bscn617.square.site. I also put up the QR code if you are watching on YouTube or on Twitter. The little QR code up in the top right corner goes to our website so that y'all can browse and shop in all of the things. I think that was all the announcements.
I think so.
I think that's it. I think that's all the things. We are 2 weeks into the season. I have big feelings. Do we also need to talk about the other thing that's not related to the Bruins that happened last week?
The really, really big thing that we all hate.
Yeah. I feel not addressing it is also not using like our privilege.
And we've talked about it before.
Yeah. Why does my username not show up? Why does it do this? Ooh, wake up. Right? Like it doesn't say HyperEmi under my name.
No, it does.
No, mine doesn't. Oh, now it does. Okay, great. Nobody mind me. Who lets me control this thing?
It's your computer.
Gosh, this computer. I even took stuff off of it last week to help it run better. Okay. So the big elephant in the room that we need to address, we want to address. We don't need to address it. We could happily ignore it. However, in my personal opinion, I do not speak for BSEN. I only half speak for Pucks and Power Plays. I do not speak for Liz. I only speak for myself. Our views do not reflect the views of BSEN and or any other people outside of ourselves or any other podcasts that are associated with us or our friends or any of that. We only speak for ourselves. Anything else I should cover in that, or do you think we're good there?
I think we're good. We speak for ourselves. We have opinions.
Last Thursday, it was announced that Carter Hart, who is one of the Hockey Canada 5 men from the 2018 World Juniors team incident that occurred after their ceremony where they may or may not have acted inappropriately in a hotel room with a victim. Look it up. I'm trying to say it as nicely as I can. Look up the Hockey Canada 5 trial if you're not familiar with it. I encourage you to read court documents, to read police reports, to read everything, not just the trial that just happened this year, but the previous trial that was settled out of court. I encourage you to look into. I encourage you to look into all of the depositions, all of the statements that were made. I encourage you to look into the evidence of screenshots and conversations that were had privately between not only the Hockey Canada 5 men, but the other roughly 5 to 8 other men, depending on reports, that were also in the room and witnessed things happening or partook in things happening. Their statements, their recounts. I encourage you to look into every piece of information about this court case. The first of the Hockey Canada 5 men was signed to a professional hockey team in the NHL last week. The agreement that the NHL and NHLPA had come to previously this year was that as of October 15th, they could be signed to an NHL team. As of December 1st, they are allowed to play in the NHL. As of November 1st, they are allowed to start practicing at an AHL level. And the first of the 5 was signed to the Vegas Golden Knights. They released a statement that we can try to look up here and share. But they released a statement about signing him, that they will still be upholding the values of the Vegas Golden Knights team, despite their decision to sign this player. Another player had previously been signed overseas to a 3-month contract overseas, but not obviously in the NHL. I want to say, I don't know where, to be entirely honest. I don't necessarily care. But the first of the 5 has officially been signed to an NHL team. Carter Hart is a goalie. He has not played in 2 years in any professional capacity. The men were removed from their NHL teams in 2023. And that at the very most basic face value level is the situation. My computer does not want to load anything so that we can share the statement. It's like very slowly going through this. In my opinion, Liz has got it. This is the statement from the Vegas Golden Knights, blah, 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 blah. We remain committed to the core values that have defined our organization from its inception and expect that our players will continue to meet these standards moving forward. In the press that day, Carter Hart also shared that he is excited to move forward. And a whole bunch of other stuff. Mark Stone and Jack Eichel had some statements that they made about how excited the team is to have them there. It has been said that the team was asked prior to the Knights signing him about their feelings with him playing on the team. And the team said yes. In my personal opinion, that does not reflect the opinions of any others. I think it is absolutely insane that this individual gets to touch the ice and have the privilege of playing in the NHL. It is only a PTO. So I'm hoping that the Vegas Golden Knights come to their senses and do not sign this man past a PTO. However, I'm also aware that this is how the NHL works. And they don't care. The NHL could not care less. I think it is a huge slap in the face to so many fans, to so many people, to so many employees that work for these organizations. And I think it's just really dumb for any NHL team to sign any of these men. When you look at demographics of who is following the NHL and who currently is contributing the most money and time, and the fastest growing demographic currently to the NHL, it's women. I believe I said this before. I'm actually pretty sure I said this multiple times before. You are really going to jeopardize your own money at the end of the day by signing this man to a team, because women are the fastest growing demographic, A. B, women typically buy merch more so than men. And C, in a house where there are season ticket holders, some of those houses, the women is actually the person who's calling the shots on what they're spending money on. So we maybe need to look at that too. I think it's actually crazy that this man is getting to play again. I think it's wrong. I think it's stupid. I think the Vegas Golden Knights are making a huge mistake, and I hope it ends poorly for them. In my own personal opinion, that does not reflect anybody else's opinion.
I love how you put it, because I was trying to think the entire time of how do I say this nicely.
I tried really hard.
If you have to release a statement when you are signing a player, let alone to a freaking PTO, like he's not even on your team officially yet, if you have to release a statement, it is not a good idea. Does that not click in anyone's brains, the fact that you have to put out a statement?
I have two theories about the PTO. Sorry. If you want to share your feelings or thoughts, feel free. And then I'm going to share my theories on the PTO, because I have two of them.
Oh, two?
I have two.
Okay.
Feel free to share any other thoughts, though, before I go down a rabbit hole.
I think I know what one of yours are, because I'm thinking about it now.
Yep.
One is to test the market. 100%.
Yeah. One for sure. My first one definitely is that they only signed him to a PTO to see how bad the backlash was actually going to be. Is this going to actually be a huge news story like everybody predicted it would be? Or was that all blown up and did they think people don't actually care? My second theory is the complete opposite. He already has a contract and they're saying PTO to lessen the blow, but there is essentially he hasn't actually signed anything, but there's a contract waiting for him, and they're just going from PTO to contract to lessen it a little bit to make it sting less. But those are my two theories.
Oh, you're so right about that second one, because they released terms and numbers before the PTO even got announced. There's no way there isn't a contract already set in place, which one, disgusting. Two, as we've stated before multiple times, and as you stated, it is a privilege, not a right, to play in the NHL. Does not matter if you do something wrong. You should not be playing in the NHL. It is a privilege, not a right. And three, this just shows how toxic hockey culture is. Because why is everyone like, oh, this is okay, and what do you mean these are your core values?
The NHL is the only men's professional sport in North America of the main four: football, soccer, basketball, and hockey, that does not have a morality clause specifically around sexual assault, domestic violence, and child abuse, I want to say is the third one. But the NHL is currently the only sport of the main four that does not have a morality clause like that. It is something that would have to be built into a CBA and would have to be agreed on by the NHL and the NHLPA. All other major sports have it, where in essentially if they are accused and it can be substantiated, they do not have to go to court. They do not have to be found guilty in court. If it is an accusation that can be substantiated, the team can cancel a player's contract, essentially. And the NHL is the only sport that doesn't have it.
Which is insane, but not at the same time when you look at some of the players in the league.
Yeah. Well, and if you're not new here, if you've been here before, we talk about Twitter men all the time. The Twitter men keep pointing out that he was, what's the word that starts with an A? Acquitted.
Yep.
They were acquitted. Great, good for them. Cool. However, Carter Hart specifically said in the court he did not have consent. He admitted to not having consent. Do you know what that means? He committed SA. Point blank period here, folks. So yes, just because the case was acquitted does not mean that the things that these men were accused of did not happen. Also, at the most basic level of consent is a power dynamic. And coercion is a part of SA. And in this situation, it does not, within the frame of SA, it does not matter if there is a video where she's consenting. It does not matter what she asked for. It does not matter what occurred. It does not matter any of that things. When you look at simply the power dynamic in the room, when there is 5 to 12, 6 foot, 200-pound men standing between you and an exit, and you are unclothed and do not have a way to remove yourself from the situation, that is coercion. You cannot consent if you are being coerced. If you think of like workplace situations, or if you think of like, you don't want to go here, but like student-teacher relations that happen, the main point of any of those is that there is a person in a position of power. So it does not matter if the person agreed to it or not. The person in power could have pressured them, and that is coercion, and that makes the entire thing assault. So she cannot consent in this situation at the most basic level, of the situation. Do we know what happened in that room? No. However, I can infer that she did. We know that she did not invite those men. They have admitted that she did not encourage inviting those men. They have admitted that there was not consent. There are texts saying we should probably get our story straight. And also, some of those men had golf clubs in their hands. So yeah, she's kind of... Anyway.
If you say yes under fear, it is not an actual yes. That is not consent. There is a reason I have what consent is pinned on my profile. Which is sad that it has to be pinned in the first place.
But it's just crazy to me that these people want to like cherry pick from the court documents, or they haven't even looked at the court documents. They just know that these men weren't found guilty. And that's it. Like, babe, go read the court documents because they've admitted that they're guilty.
Mm-hmm. You also have players who weren't doing it but were in the room who admitted that she was crying. And you were so uncomfortable with how uncomfortable she was that you left the room. And mind you, that player is actively on Vegas right now.
Yeah. Carter Hart's lawyer called him like a wimp or something.
Because he left the room. Because he was uncomfortable with the fact that she was crying and clearly not comfortable.
And let me be so clear with everybody. I had to turn my account to private Friday. Because of some of the comments that I was getting. Not only on my original posts, but I posted because Friday was my 6-year anniversary of being sober, and had men in my comments telling me that they hope I relapse. And one man going so far to attack one of my friends, saying that they wonder if I'm actually somebody that like uses, I've never done drugs in my entire life. I've never even smoked weed. Anyway, that they just terrible things. Hoping I relapse. They should go help me find drugs, make sure I've got needles to use. Just the most insane comments in my entire life that I have read. So I turned my profile private at one point to avoid some of that. And then figured out that a bunch of men that followed me, followed me and continued, like, prior to me being private, and then continued to harass me once my account was on private. And if anybody wants to try that, you're getting blocked. I don't have to listen to you slew such hatred at me. And the fact that anybody would have any sense of audacity to say any of those things to any person is so actually insane to me. That is crazy. Hoping that somebody relapses when they're trying to celebrate 6 years of sobriety because I have a different opinion than you, because I think that somebody who did something wrong should not get the privilege of making millions of dollars. And you know what? He's never going to see your comments. He's never going to see what you said to me. But you know who is going to? So many women in your life. Because you want to know what shows up on your feed is your friends' responses. So I hope that those comments brought these men some joy. I hope that they're so happy and loving their lives and so proud of themselves for demeaning somebody in such a way. I'm happy to say that I'm now 6 years and 4 days sober or something like that. And these men did not have effect on my sobriety at all. But the fact that any of that was said at all is actually insane to me.
Oh, it's insane. It's messed up.
Like,
I'm still ready to fight that.
I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand how people can look at this case and be like, oh yeah, that's totally normal. I unfollowed somebody who was like, oh, but maybe he's grown in 7 years. And I unfollowed them. Do you want to know why? Because if he had actually grown in 7 years, he would be taking accountability for his actions. He would also understand the implications of his actions and would have said something. In my opinion, he would have said something to the effect of, like, yes, he understands the impact that this situation has caused. He would be actively seeking out education or organizations to help support women going through the situation that he put somebody else through. And he would not be just, like, in my opinion, you would be telling people to calm your tits in the comments. Like, but there's no accountability. And to me, that says he has not grown. He has not done the work that needs to be done over the last 7 years.
Mm-hmm. This is also the one thing I personally don't think you can grow from, because this is the one crime that you cannot do in self-defense. This is the one crime that cannot be justified in any way, shape, or form because it's about power.
Yeah.
You cannot grow from this. And the people being like, oh, well, he didn't know better. He was 18. You know right from wrong from a young age. You know this is right and wrong. It does not matter that he was 18.
The one tweet that I retweeted that was like, why are we holding 18-year-olds accountable for something that some people don't even learn until their 30s? I'm sorry. If you are engaging in intimacy, if you are old enough to engage in intimacy, you are old enough to understand consent and practicing safety and all of those things. If you are old enough to do the action, you are old enough to understand the consequences. Do not tell me that men do not understand consent until they're 30 years old. Give me a break.
Also, if you don't understand it until 30, one, you should not be allowed in society whatsoever. Two, who raised you?
Yeah.
Because, like, consent, even just outside of this, is something you're taught from a young age. Someone wants to hug, okay, yes or no. You get consent.
My niece didn't want to give me a hug back in May when I saw her. I said, okay, rock on, girlfriend, and I walked away. Like, because you want to know what? That 2-year-old sweet baby child said she didn't want to be touched right then. So she doesn't have to have a hug. I don't have to get a hug. I'm also not personally offended because go bodily autonomy. I'm here for it, babe. Like, the fact that this entire situation is just so crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody that would like to peacefully protest this, here are my personal recommendations that do not represent the opinions, feelings, thoughts, blah, blah, blah of anybody else outside of me. Send a letter, send an email, send a nicely worded, kind email or DM. Do not be mean to these people. Do not be mean to the admins. That's not cool. It's not their choice. They're just trying to run their social media like their job states. Leave the admins alone. However, write a kindly worded email to the front office of VGK and tell them specifically in kind words why you don't agree with this decision. Do not buy merchandise from them. Do not give them your money. Do not stream their games. Find a way to watch the games in other ways that is not helping their viewership numbers. I didn't tell you to do that. Oh, this is great.
This is their marketing partners if you want to contact them. This is everyone they partner with.
Send kind, nice emails. Do not be mean. Do not sink to these people's level. Be kind and compassionate when sharing your disagreement with the decision. You don't need to be a jerk. Nobody needs to be a jerk in this situation. It doesn't help your case. It hurts it if you're rude. But you do have a right to make your feelings known. There is also a petition somewhere. There's a petition somewhere going around on the interwebs about this situation, specifically with the Vegas Golden Knights. Share your disagreement there. But truly, the only way the Vegas Golden Knights will know that this is not okay is if their pocketbooks are affected. To be entirely honest, this is a business. Carter Hart was a relatively good goalie 2 years ago. Is he great? But he's good. And This was a business decision that here are some of the Las Vegas-based organizations and resources. Oh, there you go. Go find this tweet.
I don't know what I just did to my screen.
You're good. I can still see it. This is a business. They got a middle of the road goalie. He's not bad. He also hasn't played professionally for 2 years. He's been like practicing, it sounds like, for 2 years, but he has not been playing specifically, obviously, professionally. But he's cheap. They got him for cheap. Aiden Hill is currently injured. Oh, I'm sad about that. Aiden Hill played on Tucson Roadrunners when I lived in Arizona, for those who didn't know. So he's one of my favorite goalies. But be kind, but also share your feelings and make sure that you don't monetarily support them so that they can start to understand the implications of the consequences of their own actions. And then go support all of these local organizations in Las Vegas.
Contact people nicely. Let them know what's going on with Vegas. Tell them if they continue to support the Golden Knights that you also won't be purchasing from them.
Yep.
Because then it also affects not just them, but their marketing partners, which in turn will eventually affect Vegas. Stream the games illegally. Don't give them any money.
But mostly be kind to the admin. It's not their decision. Just don't be jerks.
They're unfortunately stuck in that situation. So be nice to the admin about it.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you can't control who you're employed by.
No.
And if they make a bad decision, not everyone can immediately quit. Especially if they don't have something else lined up.
Ugh, this job market right now sucks, y'all. Like,
mm-hmm.
I think I could take down that QR code now. I didn't mean to go on for that long. I just had really big feelings.
No, it's a big thing to have feelings about. And I feel like it should be talked about.
It's just crazy that this is even a conversation we have to have in 2025. Like, what the heck? What are we doing?
Well, you know what else is insane? I saw someone comment this under someone's post. And it was a guy to someone being like, well, they were innocent. And the person's like, well, not guilty doesn't mean innocent, which it doesn't. They are two very different things. And the person then was like, well, then I hope what happened to her happened to you.
Yeah.
So if they're innocent and they didn't do something wrong, why are you wishing it on the person? In a threatening way, mind you.
The comments from these people are crazy. It's crazy. And it's all these people that don't have any identifying information in their profiles as well. Like,
some do. But not all. A lot of them are hiding on burners to say this, which is disgusting.
Like, okay, Carter Hart, we know you're on a burner. It's fine. Not really. That's a joke. That's a joke. Legally, for legal implications, that's a joke. I didn't say anything.
Legally, that was a joke, but not the burner part, because people are using burners.
Oh, what a weekend. One of our friends did donate $1 for every person that was rude to her in her comments to sexual violence prevention organization. She donated $2,000. $200. I personally donated $50 for all of the rude men in my comments.
And I'm keeping a running tally of this week to see how many we get amongst our entire friend group, and I'm donating that.
Like, some of y'all are crazy. Y'all need to simmer. Fortunately, none of you are watching this. The fact that anybody is sticking with our rant, like, so great. Thank you all for listening to our rant on this topic specifically. Thank you as well to anybody who's spoken up about this situation, but specifically the men who have spoken up about this situation and who oh no and who have said that this is wrong or have made their own donations or have stood up in any way, shape, or form in this particular situation. This you don't have to, right? Like, these men don't have to say anything. They don't have to do anything.
But they are. And it's surprising, honestly, how many there have been. And the people who have also matched our friend's donation.
Yeah. Like, truly thank you to everybody that is speaking up and making noise about this. Female, male, non-binary. Like, it does matter. It does matter.
And also, if you're just supporting from, like, the sidelines, because, like, this is a heavy topic.
Yeah.
It is a very big topic. It unfortunately does affect a lot of people. If you're unable to speak up because it brings up too much for you, but you're still supporting silently, thank you for that too. It still helps to support, even if you're doing it silently.
For sure. And I've said this about things going on with our country currently as well, is like, not everybody has the privilege to be able to speak up in these situations because, for whatever reason, right? Like, because politically, like, some people lost their job over making comments about political actions. Like, not everybody has the privilege to be able to speak up on these situations. So, or they don't feel educated enough, they don't feel comfortable, whatever it is. Like, you don't have to speak up if you don't want to. That's totally all great as well, as long as you're not saying it's good. Saying, go Carter Hart, can't wait to buy your jersey. That's crazy.
I'm going to judge the first person that does that, by the way.
I can't wait to see the tweet. Also, Twitter's just such a cesspool. Ugh.
Oh, it's so bad. The amount of people I ended up blocking that day was insane.
Oh my god, I try not to block people. I blocked like 15 people, which is, I only have 35 people blocked on my Twitter. So it was a big day for me.
Unless you're spewing some really bad stuff, I will just kind of ignore you. But
yeah, like, I try to not give people the satisfaction of like getting blocked. On to happier news. The Bruins lost all of their West Coast games.
Yay! I stayed up for nothing.
The fact that that's happier news. I'm so, again, joking, but I'm also not joking. Lost all 3 games.
We didn't even start on time.
The first period at all. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Like, I thought that the first game was maybe a fluke of like, okay, 10 o'clock start. This is normally when your games are ending. And we didn't know how to start the first. Okay, maybe it's like the time zone difference, adjusting to being on the West Coast this early in the season. And then you do that for a 9 o'clock game and a 7 o'clock game. And I get it. Maybe with the 7 o'clock, because it's the back-to-back within 24 hours, is 22 hours apart with starting times, which I do not like and think is very dumb. It should be a minimum of 24 hours between start times in a back-to-back. However, that does not excuse their actions.
No.
Or lack thereof in the first.
No. We were not on the ice. So ironically, Thursday we played the Vegas Golden Knights. Bruins. We lost 5-6. Had we shown up at all in the first period, it would have been a completely different game. But we're just like moseying around for the entire first period of that game. Second and third were so much better. They had some speed to them. It was a completely different game. But when you're already starting in a deficit, you can't catch up. There's no way. Oops.
No. When you let the second period that you had happen too, we gave up a shorthanded goal. We gave up
We
two.
had 2 power plays.
Yep, 2 power play goals.
Yep.
Like, we got a power play goal, which I will take because it's been a bit without one. But we gave up our first 2 power play goals of the season. We gave up our first shorthanded goal of the season.
Yep. And the amount of times like we score and they score 2 minutes later throughout the weekend or throughout the entire West Coast. The amount of times we score and then they turn around and score 2 minutes later. Like I wonder if Ty has a notes app for this one this year.
Probably because the first one was a minute and a half apart.
Yeah.
And the second one was just under 2 minutes.
Like it's crazy. Why? And it's consistently happening throughout the games as well. Like it happened in Vegas. Oops. I just closed out of my app. Happened twice in Vegas, you just said. Let's see. Oh, yeah. We only had 1 goal against the Avalanche. Johnny Beecher, first time back in the rotation on the roster, and he scored within 3 minutes. Super great. Low-rise assist. Gotta love it. Still hasn't had his first goal, but I'll take the assist. But then they're scoring 4 minutes later. So not right away, but relatively close. And then against the Mammoth last night, it happened. Maybe it didn't happen last night. Last night was a little bit more spread out. But it was still like, last night's game was good. I didn't watch the third. I only watched half of the game, and then we went to dinner. But last night was hard for me because the Mammoth are my second team. So it's like, I really enjoyed watching them score, but could it not be against us? Anyway.
Can they do good another night? Can this just be like a 1-0 game?
Yeah. But it's just, you can't not show up and then like expect to win.
No.
We're getting stupid penalties. Like, why are we getting so many hooking penalties or tripping penalties? Like, come on. Interference. Okay. But listen, I don't know what Z did on that goalie interference. Like, he just, you could see he was trying to like wrap the puck in. And I think he was trying to go around and he just like didn't angle any of it right. Like, you could tell he was trying to like
avoid it.
Yeah, but he just didn't
in it.
Yeah, didn't angle that correctly at all. I don't think he planned that well. But also, we can't be doing stuff like that. Like, we just can't continue to have we talked about this last year too. Like, this was how our season started off last year too. Was we were just doing stupid stuff and we were getting so many penalties for stupid stuff. The amount of penalties we have gotten in this road trip is dumb. It is dumb.
Like the fight, I can take the fight. It was our first fight all season. I feel like it was needed to also help wake up the team a bit.
Yeah.
I will take the fight. I will excuse the fight from the penalties. However, Zadorov had 2 penalties that game, and I'm scared he's going to regret. It looked like he regressed a bit into how he was at the start of last year with all the dumb penalties.
Yeah.
And he's better than that.
Doing so well the first week and in preseason. He's been doing so well.
I just wonder if it was like not him being fed up, but him being fed up.
Yeah, you can tell when he starts to like not like lose focus,
but like get upset or frustrated. It just kind of comes out in how he's playing, which results in all the dumb penalties.
Yeah.
He can't like internalize it.
We had 17 penalty minutes total last night. We had 10 against the Avalanche. In the Knights, we had 12. So 5. We had 5 penalties. I think one was a double minor against the Knights. And 17 penalty minutes, which was 7 penalties last night. Like, come on.
I think some of our guys shouldn't have been called in the Vegas game, considering what had been happening. Also, personal opinion does not reflect the views of BSCN or anyone else but myself. I don't think for hitting Mark Stone we should have gotten a penalty.
Oh, I meant to look this up. I think I saw, you know, when you click on your For You page on Twitter, and then it like always refreshes when you hit For You.
Yeah.
But I think I saw something about him being injured after that game.
Well, I know
Vegas
after the high stick,
Stone week to week with wrist injury.
It wasn't the high stick that did it. It was when he weirdly fell into the boards. And all I have to say to that is karma.
Karma. Listen. This is the last thing I'll say about it. Patrice Bergeron made a statement many moons ago when the Boston Bruins were in a slightly similar situation and said that he did not understand why they signed this player because it did not fit something along the lines of like it didn't fit the culture or the vibe that the team had.
The room. I'm going to find it.
Yeah. So listen, these players have the ability to say something if they disagree with what is going on. Jack Eichel and Mark Stone did not. And everybody being like, oh, well, what do you expect them to say? I expect them to say, this does not fit here.
I expect them to do what Bergeron did and say it's important for me to speak out against this. Say not just your values, but also what you're building in the locker room.
Yep. Bergeron understands why fans of the team are so. This is the other thing, is like even acknowledging why people are upset. Like just saying, we understand why people feel the way they feel. However, what we have seen is something different.
It's not a that, it's an acceptance. Nothing being like, oh, we understand the fans feel this way. It's a, we want him here. He's going to be here.
Yeah.
And nothing about how you don't agree with it. Or the fans have a right to be upset. Or not even you agreeing with it. But again, it goes against what you've built as a team.
I have to share this. I just got a message from Jess. Someone I don't know just messaged me saying she donated to Rain on my behalf. And now I'm going to cry. I'll text her back after. Ugh.
Aw.
That's our friend that donated $200. Ugh. The fact that no players have said anything is so
insane.
crazy.
Like, do I expect a random, maybe 18, 19-year-old on the team to say something? No. But, like, I don't know, a guy who's been in the league a long time maybe understands the importance of fans and, you know, having a good locker room and having support. Maybe I would expect something.
Yeah.
Because I understand they're not going to ask the 18, 19-year-olds about it.
Mm-mm.
I would expect something out of someone who is known in the league. And even then, actually, I would expect something from someone younger because we have seen people stand up.
Yeah.
And you don't have to wait for a superstar to do it. You can do it.
Well, and I wonder, it makes me think of Mitch Marner. Even though he didn't say anything, I don't think I haven't seen anything about him saying anything. You would think he would have been one of the people they did ask, just because there is so much media buzz around him. So I wonder if he declined to speak on it, maybe.
Maybe. I haven't seen anything about him.
I've only seen stuff about Stone and Eichel.
Stone, Eichel, and Cassidy I've seen.
Yeah, listen, Cassidy was around when it happened with the Bruins too, which I think is interesting. So
I do think it's an interesting fact that it's happened twice. Obviously, as someone pointed out, he doesn't sign the players, but he does have a responsibility as the coach to say something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's very interesting that it's happened twice on two different teams, mind you.
Yep. Very interesting. Anyway. But yeah, I was less than impressed with this West Coast trip. No, I don't want their stats. Thank you. I was less than impressed. Oh, man, I hate this app.
I think I was impressed with one person, and that was Beecher in his first game.
Mm-hmm.
Because he came out showing why he deserved to be in the lineup.
Yeah.
And I feel like he somewhat continued that into the Utah game. But we didn't see it, which isn't his fault. I mean, he had only 11 minutes and 34 seconds that entire game.
That's so crazy. I will say some good things. Oh, no, wait. I want... we are currently third in face-off win percentages. We have a 55.9. We're behind Vegas with 56% and the Sens with 61.5%. I think our face-offs have been relatively, the numbers show it, but successful. We are fourth in penalty minutes right now.
Sounds about right.
Our PK is currently 6th in the league. I'll take that. I will take that.
That is a win.
Power play.
And 90% is genuinely insane.
We're 21st with our power play.
Better than last year, so I'll take it.
But somebody needs to be taken off our power play.
Okay. Can I say 1.5 people need to be taken off the power play?
Who's your half?
Pasta, because he can't play the full 2 minutes. That's my half, because he could stay on the power play, just not for 2 minutes. So half of the power play, that's my half a person.
No, I agree with that. That's a great point. That's a good point.
Is your person, though, someone whose number starts with a 7 and ends 3? And I don't think he should be on the power play.
I don't care if he's my favorite defenseman. He needs to not be.
I understand with Hampus not playing. Granted, he didn't play in Utah because they were just playing it safe, which is fair. It's a back-to-back. I understand that. With Hampus not playing, I get keeping him on the power play. However, when Hampus is in, Hampus and Mason on your power play. Do not put McAvoy on it. Take him off. At the start of the season, I was somewhat okay with him because he was shooting the puck and not just passing it. However, he has gone back to the bad, and I do not want that. And I want him off the power play.
The entire power play team has just like reverted back to last year. Like, we're just going to pick up where we left off, being terrible. No.
We're just going to pass it only to Pasta, and we're not going to shoot it unless it's Pasta. And he's going to be on the ice for 2.5 minutes.
Statue of Liberty over in his little corner. Y'all can't,
buddy.
You can't do the exact same. Like, have y'all watched your tapes? Have you watched your tapes over the last 2 years? Because I can tell you that your power play does the same thing every time. Same thing every time. It doesn't matter what's happening. It doesn't matter what's going on the ice. Pasta is going to go to the left circle, and he's going to go like this. And he's going to wait. And then he'll catch the puck as it's about to go out, and then he'll pass it, and then he'll go back, and he'll wait, and he'll stand like this. And then McAvoy is gonna go back and forth a little bit, but he's just going to keep passing out. He's going to keep passing out. It doesn't matter if he has a line. He has the shot.
He's not going to do it.
He's not going to do it.
And Pasta, mind you, while being out there for the entire 2 minutes, is on that first unit going to be our defenseman, apparently, and go back to stop whatever's happening.
And be a goalie.
And then he's going to be gassed, and then he's still going to be out there for an additional 30 seconds after the power play, and then there's going to be a goal against. And not to blame him, but dude, get off the ice.
Get off the ice.
We have 2 units for a reason. You are not 2 units. I do not care. Get off the freaking ice.
God, it's so frustrating.
Well, and then it's like, especially when it's the second unit and there's less than 30 seconds remaining. He just stands there. Like, I know he already kind of stands there, but he like stands there. Like, you know he's out of breath. You know he needs to get off. So he's just standing there to save his energy.
So frustrating.
Get
also,
off the
I'm
ice.
looking at the NHL stats website. There's actually way more on here than I realized. Anyway, yeah, our name is Power Plays. I would love to talk about really great power plays. I can't talk about ours though. Pucks and penalty kills is now our name. We shall talk about how great PK is because our other special teams is not.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, put Zadorov on the power play. Do like prime Chara on the power play.
So good.
Because like I remember watching Chara as a kid on power play, and he would just stand in front of the net. No one's seeing. Like, perfect win. Yeah. Do that with Zadorov. Put him in front of the net. Just park him right there.
Brad got dinner with. What?
I'm crying, but also it makes sense because Chara's here.
Stanley Cup reunion. Me.
Like, okay, McQuaid, Chara makes sense. They work with Boston, and I guess like Rask and Bergie make sense, not just because they're close, but also they do the unobstructed views for Nesson. So they're all.
My heart hurts.
I'm really
hoping.
hoping.
Do you have any more trash talk we want to talk about with the Bruins before we talk about that and this week?
No, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the cuteness of they're all together and how I kind of want the unobstructed views to air tomorrow. I don't know if it is because I want to see them talk about Brad, but I also don't want to see them talk about Brad with him not being a Bruin.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have so many big feelings right now. I have so many.
Did you see his stupid penalty? I was so afraid he was going to get suspended. He did a Brad. He pulled a Brad.
I feel like, okay, so for those who don't know, Bradley Kevin Marchand, ex-Bruin, I feel like everybody knows that. Played against the Sabres, I think Saturday or Sunday. It must have been Saturday, Friday, last weekend. And during the fight, he got into a game. During the game, he got into a fight, rips the dude's helmet off. On his way to the penalty box, starts ripping the straps off of the helmet, like the little ear straps and like the chin strap off of the helmet. I don't know that I've seen him so aggressive in a while. Like that's a little crazy. He was fined $5,000 by the CBA, which is like the most blah 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 you can get fined for unsportsmanlike conduct. But like I feel like that's a little extra even for Bradley.
Right? Like he took the helmet to the box, which is one thing. He has done that before. But then he ripped the straps off and then he threw the helmet.
Yeah. It just seemed a little intense for me.
Yeah. I am very glad, though, that he didn't get suspended, because if he did, his return wouldn't be until next season.
Are they only here once?
They're only here once, and I believe we're down there twice, unless I have it wrong.
No, I think I did see something about that today. I haven't really been on social media today.
Yeah.
I was off today, so I was just avoiding my phone.
Tomorrow is our only home game against them this season, so
God bless.
We've had to wait till next year. But also, I think it would be very fitting if his return to Boston got delayed because he got suspended.
Yeah.
Or something dumb.
It would be very, very Marchy of him.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else for the Bruins before we go into that conversation about the rest of this week?
No. Except they're going to make me cry tomorrow, but like...
No, truly. I just want more from this team. I think the first week, I think it's always hard to base a team off the first week, which we said last week we were making predictions. It's hard to base a team off the first week because there's so many different factors. Like your team is still gelling, schedules, getting back into the swing of things. It's really hard to base a team off of that. However, I felt like our first week, even in our loss, like you could see a cohesive team in that first week. I don't know that I can say that about this last week. I think we saw glimpses of it. I think second and third period against Vegas were great. However, we've talked about this previously with this team in different ways of like not showing up the last 2 minutes of a period. Like I don't have that concern right now. I'm not concerned about the last 2 minutes of a period this year. However, I'm concerned about us not showing up for a full 20 minutes. Like we're not getting a full 60 minutes out of these guys. There's a missing 20 somewhere in each game so far.
And you need a full 60.
Yeah. And you see moments of like this team gelling together, but like the moments don't make a game. And we can't just like blip like that all the time.
No. Like, especially with the first loss, they played the full 60 minutes and they tried to come back. Like they didn't give up. And then in the Vegas game, I will give them that game because maybe it was the time zone to start the game. Because they did kind of pick it up partially, like maybe just over halfway through the first.
Mm-hmm.
So they did better. They did more than 40 minutes, which we saw in the other two games.
Yeah.
But they kept fighting. They didn't give up in that game, no matter what the score was. So I will give them that.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, we're only 2 weeks in. We're only 7 games in out of 82. So we're roughly 10% of the way through the season. Our record is 3-4 right now. We've definitely got some work. I think if our PK stays like as great as it is, here's hoping. But there's definitely some work to be done.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We get a little home trip coming up.
I know. Let's chat. So if this is your first time listening to us Every single week, we do something that we like to call predictions. So we take a look at the upcoming week and talk about the upcoming games and who we think is going to win and a guess on the score. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're way wrong. And we just think it's fun. This is all based off of some statistical analysis, but also some vibes and some feels.
It's
and
pure vibes.
And dreams. Like, we're just wishing on a star here. We also sometimes will throw out some random predictions as well that aren't necessarily score or win based, just based on how we're kind of feeling. But we typically go from recording to recording, so Monday to Monday. We do have a game next Monday prior to our recording, so that will be included in this week. So we've got 4 games this week, 3 home, 1 away, and we are going to start it off tomorrow night at home. The Panthers are coming to Boston. Game will be at 7:30. I assume it'll be 7:30 because there will be some chaos happening with Bradley Kevin Marchand in the building for the first time since he left at the trade deadline last year. The Panthers are currently 3-4-0, same as us, and they are the winners, blah, 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 of the Stanley Cup for the past 2 years, blah, blah, blah. They just re-signed their whole roster for another 6 years.
With what money?
I still don't understand this.
No, no. I think it's because everyone's injured. Because they're all injured.
They're all injured. Bradley is their top scorer right now, currently with 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists.
I don't like that.
Very interesting.
That should be on our team.
I assume Sway is going to be in that. It looks like so far we're doing a back and forth tandem. So I assume that Sway is going to be in net since Corby played last night. If I had to guess, I don't know who.
See, this is like not a mid-off, but a mid-off. They're both on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah.
And Florida has not had pretty losses lately. Like, they're against teams that they should have won.
Yeah, they lost against the Sabres, the Devils, the Red Wings, and the Flyers.
And they lost bad to the Flyers.
Yeah, Flyers was 2-5, Red Wings was 1-4, Devils was 1-3, and Sabres was a shutout with 0-3. For comparison, we also played the Sabres, and we won 1-3.
I will say, I am very impressed for that prediction that we got the score right, but the wrong team.
I know.
And it was both of us. Like,
yeah. I think Brad is going to come in heavy tomorrow, for sure. I think he has something to prove while he's in that building tomorrow.
I think he's getting a hat trick. I'm going to be so real. He's getting a hat trick tomorrow. That's my lovely prediction that I'm going to throw out real quick is Brad is getting a hat trick, and now I have to take that into consideration for whatever I think the score is going to be.
I'll also say that Florida's 4 losses all come from away games. And
That's
we have
good to
2
know.
wins and 1 loss at home. What do you got? I haven't decided yet. I'm like Bruins win.
Okay. I see that. I think I'm agreeing. Okay.
You're predicting a Marchie hat trick. However, I am predicting
they're gonna get like shut out or something, aren't you?
No. Do I want to say this? I think I want to say this. Yeah. I'm predicting a Z Bennett fight.
Of course. I feel like not with a Bruin that he played with. or Bruin that we got at the trade deadline. I think Marshy and maybe like Janelle.
I could totally see that. They look so similar to me. It's their noses, but sometimes when they pan across Janelle really fast, I think it's Bradley.
They're going to fight over who has the better nose.
Truly, it's Janelle. Brad's is too messed up from fighting. What's your score?
5-4
you said the
Boston.
Bruins are going to win, but what?
5-4. 5-4. I have high hopes. I think it's going to be, looking a bit at stats and by vibes, it's going to be a close game. And I was like, it's either going to be really low or really high.
Yeah, I'm going the opposite. I'm going low. I'm going either 3-2 or 2-1. No, I'm going 2-1. I think Bradley is the only person that scores tomorrow. Dude, Pasternak, I need you to get back on your ish, though. Dude, I can't. Okay.
Please.
Oh, my app froze. Here we go.
Oh, well, that's rude of it.
Yeah. So that is tomorrow. The next game is Thursday at 7 o'clock against the Ducks at home. Love that. The Ducks are currently 2-2-1. They are. Oh, Strome is on injured reserve. Hate that. Not a fan. Oops. Oh, Chris Kreider is their current top goal scorer. Leo Carlson is top in points, 6 points. Their goals per game is 2.8. They only have 35 penalty minutes. Little babies.
That's so cute.
Goals against average is 3.6. I hate that we're only 2 weeks into the season and we're already 2 games ahead of Anaheim. That's so crazy to me.
It's because of the stupid 3 back-to-backs we have this month.
Ugh, I hate it. Who do you got?
I'm going with Boston.
With back and forth, it's Corpy and Net. Assume that we're doing back and forth. Okay, Boston.
I'm going 3-0.
Oh.
Only because I'm going to the game. The one game I've been to this season, we have won. I am buying last-minute tickets tomorrow after my hair appointment. And then Jacob's dad got us tickets for Thursday's game. So I'm like, cool. We're going to win now because we have really good seats.
I'm so jealous. I think the Ducks take it. I think it's going to be 4-2.
Okay.
This one is totally just off of vibes for me. I have no reasoning there.
See, I feel like it depends on who they play for their goalie. Because if they play Mrazek, that's not – he is not with his track record against Boston.
Yeah. We'll see. Saturday, we have a matinee.
Yay!
And it's against the Avalanche.
Yay!
It's at home. It's at 3. The Avalanche are 5-0-1. Nathan McKinnon is their top goal scorer. And points. He's got 10 points. Blackwood is listed as out until the 26th. So next week, Sunday. Gerard will be coming back on the 25th. Points per game for them is 3.5. That's crazy. $33 shots per game. Ducks were the same. 33 was their average too. I'm saying abs.
Yeah.
I'm going 3-0 here.
I'm going 4-2 here.
Ooh, I love the switch up. And then on Monday, we are in Ottawa playing the Senators at 7:30.
They're going to play Sway that day, I feel like, because it's against Allmark.
Yeah, and Pinto is on a heater right now. Bro, it's killing it.
Also, they're having issues with their defense. They're the only team so far to let up 30 goals in the season.
Yep, they're 2-4 right now.
They're not having fun.
No. Kachuk, obviously, is out until the 13th. He just had thumb surgery. Oh.
I don't want to make the joke, but I've seen the joke of people saying, is it to make him look more like a thumb?
Oh, gosh. Goal against average is 5 per game. That's crazy.
They're having some issues.
Yeah. But Pinto's so freaking good. But it's the same issue that we have. Like, you can't rely on one person to carry the team. Like
an 8-4 loss to Buffalo.
Ugh. Mm. 4-1 to the Preds, 6-2 to the Panthers, 7-1 to the Blues. Whew. I think we take that one. I'm going to go 5-2.
Okay. I like that. And I hope you're right because I'm going 3-1 Ottawa. I feel like they're the team we should beat, and because of that, we're not going to beat them.
Oh, we do have that issue. We tend to have that problem.
It's like, it's a team that's not good. Okay, we should win. And then we don't. And then we beat like a really good team, and then we lose to a really good team.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. We can check the score when we're live next week, too.
Yeah, we'll be in the 3rd-ish.
Yeah, end of 2nd, start of 3rd.
Yeah. Well, friends, that is the episode for today. Thanks to listening to our rant. It's really important to us, to me. I can't speak
for both of us.
Okay, great.
It's an important topic.
This time I will speak for both of us. It is very important to us. We do not speak for blah, 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 the brand, the other humans, anybody except for ourselves. But it's something that means a lot to us. And we hope that you peacefully and kindly let your feelings be known to Vegas. Be kind. The people behind the computer are not the people you're angry with. So be kind. But continue to let your, I don't know the proper word I want to use here. Dissent isn't the right word, but continue to let people know that you're unhappy. You don't agree with this decision.
Make sure your voices are heard.
Yeah. But Thank you for being here with us tonight. We hope that the Bruins get their acts together. But we will be back next Monday. Feel free to follow us on social media. So Twitter, Threads, TikTok, and Instagram at Pucks and PPs Pod. Find BSCN on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at BSCN_617. On TikTok, they are extra underscore at the beginning. _BSCN_617. My name is Emily. You can find me at HyperEmi on whatever social media platform your little heart desires. And where can they find you, Liz?
You can find me at Liz__Fraser.
Feel free to send us a DM. We'll get you our Discord if you want to chat about trading cards. One of our friends is in our group chat right now talking. She just got some 25-26 cards. So those are available if you want to chat about it. Join our Discord. We're happy to chat. Also, still reading Shoot Your Shot by Lexi LaFleur Brown. Feel free to join our Discord and chat about that. Otherwise, we will see you next Monday, and we hope everybody has a great week. Bye!